Imagine remembering every single breakfast you have ever eaten, every conversation, every sunset, every heartbreak, every mundane Tuesday from 20 years ago, as vivid as yesterday. Now imagine you cannot forget, ever. For most of us, memories fade like old photographs. But for one woman, every moment of her life remains crystal clear, playing in her mind like an endless movie that never stops. Her name is Jill Price, and she has a condition so rare, so extraordinary, that when scientists first heard her story, they thought she was lying. This is the true story of the woman who could not forget. The year was 2006. Dr. James McGaugh, a memory researcher at the University of California, received an email that would change neuroscience forever. The sender was a 34-year-old woman. She wrote something that seemed impossible. "I can remember every day of my life since I was 14 years old." Most people who claim perfect memory are proven wrong within minutes. But Jill Price was different. When she walked into Dr. McGaugh's laboratory, she seemed nervous, ordinary, like any other person you might pass on the street. But inside her mind was something no scientist had ever encountered before. Dr. McGaugh decided to test her. He asked her a simple question. "What were you doing on March 15th, 1978? Without hesitation, Jill answered. She described the day in perfect detail. What she wore, what she ate, what was on television that evening, the weather outside her window. Dr. McGaugh felt a chill run down his spine. He asked another date, then another, then 10 more. Jill answered every single one correctly, pulling up memories like files in a computer. Birthdays, holidays, random Tuesdays from decades ago. She remembered them all. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. You might think this sounds like a gift, a superpower, the ability to never forget a loved one's face, never lose a precious memory, never wonder what happened on any day of your life. But what if I told you? Jill Price considers her perfect memory a curse? Dr. McGaugh gave Jill's condition a name, hyperthymesia. It comes from the Greek words meaning excessive remembering. He assembled a team of neuroscientists to study her brain. What they discovered was both fascinating and terrifying. Jill's brain was different. Scans revealed unusual activity in 2 regions, the caudate nucleus and the temporal lobe. These areas were working overtime, constantly recording and storing every experience, every sensation, every moment. But here's what the scientists did not expect. Jill could not control it. Imagine every embarrassing moment you have ever experienced suddenly flooding your mind. Every argument, every failure, every loss, every time someone hurt you, and you cannot make it stop. Jill described her memory as uncontrollable and automatic. Dates would trigger memories, whether she wanted them or not. She would be having a normal conversation, and suddenly, a decade-old memory would crash into her consciousness with the force of a tsunami. "I live in the past," she told Dr. McGaugh. "I am a prisoner of my own memory." She could not move forward because she was always looking backward. Every new experience was instantly filed away, connected to similar moments from years before. Her mind was a web of associations she could not escape. Think about your worst day, the day that still makes you cringe when you remember it. Now imagine reliving that day with perfect clarity forever. That is Jill's reality. Every day. The research team spent years studying Jill. They gave her thousands of questions about random dates, historical events, personal experiences. She answered with frightening accuracy. They showed her old television schedules. She remembered what aired on any given night. They asked about news events. She recalled the exact dates they happened, even decades later. But the tests also revealed something else, something that challenges what we think we know about memory. Jill's memory was not perfect in every way. She struggled with memorizing lists. She could not remember phone numbers or passwords any better than you or I. Her memory was specifically autobiographical, focused on her personal experiences and the dates they occurred. This led scientists to a chilling conclusion. Jill's brain was not better at remembering. It was simply unable to forget. and that inability came with a devastating cost. Jill Price wrote a memoir about her experience. In it, she revealed the true weight of her condition. She described lying awake at night, unable to sleep, as memories from random days flooded her consciousness. A birthday party from 1987, a fight with a friend from 1993, a sunset from 2001. She could not escape them. They came uninvited, unwanted, unstoppable. Relationships became difficult. How do you move past an argument when you remember it in perfect detail forever? How do you forgive when the wound never fades? Jill struggled with anxiety and obsessive thoughts. The past was not just something she remembered. It was something she lived in, constantly, whether she wanted to or not. Dr. McGaw and his team eventually found a handful of other people with hyperthymesia. Fewer than 100 cases have been identified worldwide. Each one describes their condition similarly, not as a gift, but as a burden they cannot put down. So what does this tell us about memory? About the human mind? Scientists now believe that forgetting is not a failure of our brains. It is a feature, a necessary function that allows us to move forward, to heal, to grow. Jill Price's story reveals a profound truth. We are not meant to remember everything. Our brains are designed to let go, to filter, to protect us from the weight of our own past. Today, Jill Price lives a quiet life. She has learned to manage her condition, though it never leaves her. Every morning, she wakes up with every yesterday still there, waiting for her. Her story challenges everything we think we know about memory, about consciousness, about what it means to be human. We spend so much time trying to remember, trying to hold onto moments before they slip away. But Jill's experience reminds us that sometimes forgetting is the greatest gift our minds can give us. The woman who remembers everything has taught us the value of forgetting. Jill Price's mind could not let go of the past. But what happens when a mind creates multiple versions of itself to survive the present? In our next investigation, we explore one of the most mysterious conditions in psychology, a child who spoke with many voices, each one a different person living inside the same body. The case of multiple personality disorder will leave you questioning the very nature of identity itself. That story is waiting for you now. Watch it next.